still watching Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. And now to our interview with the second guest of the day. I am joined by the spokesperson of the Women for Yari movement, Safia Ibrahim Ogoh, for discussion on the battle for Senate presidency of the 10th National Assembly. Thank you very much for joining us, comrade.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
You're welcome. Now, let's start with composition of members of the National Assembly along party lines. How will you describe the situation with about 7 parties now represented?
Well, we are coming under the auspices of the Women for Yari. Of course, you know that the next agitation here is the selection process for the upper house. That's the Senate seat, the office of the Senate President. We Women for Yari movement are coming together as women of colors, women detribalized, women irrespective of tribe, religion, and different state. We're coming together to speak with one voice, to appeal to all our sundry the need for competency, capacity, capability. On this, we have found a champion, the champion in person of distinguished Senator Abdulaziz Yari. You will agree with me that he is a former governor of Zamfara State in the northwestern part of Nigeria. Again, he has had a track record of being the chairman of Governors Forum, that he has steered excellently the leadership as a doyen of all governors under the leadership then President Goodluck Jonathan. He did so well because, you know, Jonathan was from the south and we had the Governors Forum being from the north.
We will get to that. Yes, we will get to that. Well, let's quickly talk about the tussle for the principal positions in the incoming 10th National Assembly. And now, as the spokesperson of the Women for Yari movement, how will you rate his chances in the race for the Senate presidency?
Well, the position of the Senate president, what we believe under the Women for Yari movement, is that it should be left open for superior argument on the floor of the red chambers to supersede. It should be on competency, it should be on capability, it should be on a one-to-one, one-man-to-one senator democratic interplay within the floor of the red chamber. Because we believe that His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a true Democrat, whom just emerged and be sworn in as the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian, he promised Nigerians in his inaugural speech, he said, and I quote, "We shall consult. Dialogue never dictates. We shall reach out to all for holding views contrary to our own. We are here to mend this country." By this inaugural speech, the Women for Yari movement keyed in that His Excellency, Mr. President, means so well, so good to all Nigeria, that his doors are open to democratic tenets. On this note, we would like to once again congratulate him for a very successful inaugural. And again, he has a competent vice president who is also believing that they will not dictate, rather they will dialogue with the people, where the people's voice will take stage. That is the position of the Women for Yari movement. We believe in one indivisible Nigeria based on competent, irrespective of tribe, Yeah.
Comrade, I hear you, but from what we have, the APC leadership has taken a position on the zoning arrangement for the Senate presidency. So with this, why has your principal and some aspirants refused to drop their bids despite the decision by APC?
Yeah, the reason is because we are keen into Mr. President's speech, which he said he will dialogue. They will listen to the people. You will agree with us that the women for Yari are mothers. They are also Nigerian women. And of course, you know that in the Senate, we just have 3 women. It's a low voice. Hence, the Women for Yari movement, because Nigerian women were not given opportunity of a 35% affirmative actions, 35% of elected position in the 109, hence women on the different auspices, of which Women for Yari movement is one of the foremost, that we have decided as citizens, with due respect to the NWC, to create a table for ourselves so that superior argument can come to the fore using media, using advocacy, using eyeball-to-eyeball contact, and appealing that from a very, very tough election, from a very, very controversial election where His Excellency President Bola Ahmed and his vice emerged victoriously. Thus, women being few in the Senate will not just fold their hands. The reason is because the legislators, the governance, the role the Senate will be playing has a direct positive or negative effect on an average Nigerian woman who wears the shoes of the pains of the family, of the pains of the hunger, of the pains of the thirst of our education for our children. You will agree with me that hunger does not know tribe, hunger does not know NWC, hunger does not know religion. Hence, even in selecting the president and vice president, Nigerian women gave a thumbs up to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his vice president, irrespective of their religion. Hence, we are using the same formula to appeal to His Excellency to keep to his promise that we shall dialogue. We shall engage all those, never dictate, I repeat, never dictate. We shall reach out to all for holding views contrary, including that of NWC, to their own. He said, we are here to mend the country.
Comrade, but some northern groups have asked Yari to step down for Orji Uzor-Kalu. How is Yari reacting to this?
Well, I am not Yari. I am just a spokesperson for the Women for Yari's movement. The decision for Yari to stand in and contest for the position of the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that decision remains sacrosanct. Because in him, we, the Women for Yari movement, we have found a champion who has proven his past track record, what he has been able to do in terms of women empowerment, the girl child education, including the Almajiri education. And again, of course, you know, even when he stabilized the Governors Forum, where if you look at history in the past, we had a one-time president from the South, we had a one-time, at the same time, chairman of Governors Forum within the Southern region. But there was a lot of lacuna within the Governors Forum until His Excellency, distinguished Senator Abdulaziz Yari, stepped into the shoes of the chairman of Governors Forum. He gave stability. He gave point agenda which include road infrastructure, network, unification, stability, peace and love of the nation. At this particular time of our growth in Nigeria, what we need a unifier. And that unification we have found in His Excellency, distinguished Senator Abdulaziz Yari.
All right, comrade, we will get back to this, but let me quickly have your take on Southeast agitation. The zone is not happy with the decision to exclude the zone from the calculations. Now, apart from Benjamin Kalu, who is being considered for Deputy Speaker, how will you describe such agitation?
Oh, well, it is very, very realistic and very natural for people to agitate. When you hear that people are agitating, when you hear that people are caucusing, these are early signals. These are early warnings that there's a kind of resistance within the 109 senator in favor of Senator Abdulaziz Yari. These are early warning signals, and this we are expecting with great keen interest, watching the interplay. We are waiting to see the body language of His Excellency, who we believe, the President and Commander, as a true Democrat, a man with a track record, a man who has set the pace of democracy, not just only in Nigeria, in Africa, and in the globe. That is His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are waiting to see him as a father of the nation, as a father of the 109 senators. You know, we as a mother, if you are going to give out food to your children, you dish it equally. If you are going to talk to your children with love, you love them equally. Hence, we are saying and we are pleading that the 10th Assembly should be left open for superior argument on the floor of the Senate to decide on the best from among the rest that will champion the yearnings and aspiration of the cry of an average Nigerian woman, which we do not have equal representation on the floor. Women in politics just agitated a few hours ago on air. The Yari, Women for Yari movement have been dialoguing, appealing to NWC, appealing to the 109 senators, appealing to the wives of the distinguished, duly elected 109 senators. You will agree with us that women in 2023 came out in large quantum to entrench the votes that the 109 is bagging to the Senate. Hence, Nigerian women and women in Yari in particular are not going to fold their hands because decisions of the Senate, the law decided the bills at the Senate affect directly the lives of the families of average Nigerian women. We are pained with so much hardship.
All right, so just to say, if the plan by the APC scales through, what do you think can be done to assuage the feeling of those who may be aggrieved after the contest?
Well, it is one thing for NWC to make a request. It is one thing that we believe that each and individual senator is a representative of a large number of people within their constituent. They know that Nigerians are watching with keen interest the interplay that will be playing on the floor of the Senate. What we are appealing is that it should be done under a free, fair, credible election open to all to contest. There should not be a hijack or imposition of candidate. And we're appealing to His Excellency. He should leave his mind open that he will be working with whoever emerges from a superior democratic process on the floor of the 10th Assembly after the proclamation.
All right, comrade. Thank you very much for your time on the program. I've been speaking with the spokesperson of the Women for Yari movement, Safia Ibrahim Ogoh. Thank you very much, comrade, for coming on the program.
But I have one thing to say, please. The North, the Southwest has the president. The judiciary has the South. The executive have the South. The question the 19 northern states are asking as citizens, as women, where is the position of the North in the legislature, where we have the Southern
Sadly, we're out of time.
judiciary is South.
Thank you very much.
The North is still asking, where is the position of the North with all our vote? Mr. President, acknowledge Yari even in his
Thank you very much, comrade. I should let you go now. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on the program.